Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of the Halo Effect. As usual, I am your host, Robert Lockhart. Yeah, let's talk some baseball, huh? Boy, did I call it or what? Well, I mean, it's not late May, early June, but officially, Anthony Rendon is headed back to the injured list with a hamstring injury. I don't know. We don't know if it's season ending yet, but if it's not, it could be the first of a few, and he's going to miss more games. Well, there's a shock, isn't it, huh, Angel fans? Well, either way, I believe the Angels are prepared for said event. We're going to see more playing time for Rengifo over at third base, which, if we do, how about teaching him to throw to first? Twice! In 2 games. Killed the Angels' chances of winning the game. Wow! I mean, dude, you've been an infielder your entire life. You can't make the throw to first? Man, there's no excuse for that, Luis. No excuse. I mean, the first one in Game 2 against the Reds, the one that got, Fairchild on first base, where were you throwing it? Where exactly were you throwing it? Who do you think's over at first base? The Jolly Green Giant? That wasn't anywhere close to get to the first baseman. I don't know where you're throwing it, dude. I don't know what you were thinking. And you had plenty of time. That's sad. That's pathetic. And as for the rest of the team, yikes. It's looking really bad. There's such a horrible road trip. You lose 2 out of 3 to the Red Sox, which you shouldn't. You split with Tampa Bay. You should have won the series. Game 2 should have been won. But no. Hey, Carlos Estevez, he's our closer. Blew a 2-run lead. Jose Cisnero, great pitcher, throws a lot of strikes. Blew 2 leads. Guys, I've been saying, not the right guys for the bullpen. Carlos Estevez is always up and down. We have to have somebody who can fill in the closer role in case he starts blowing it again. Jose Cisnero had a 5+ ERA in his career. So does Luis Garcia. Both of them were just, I don't know what went into your thinking for the bullpen. Was not a good idea. Regardless, I mean, that's just about half of it. The rest of it's the offense. Where's the offense? Where is our hitting? We're rarely getting on base. We're not hitting people in. Our average runners in scoring position is now 238. I mean, it's up from 218, but still, 238. That's not good. That ranks amongst the lowest in baseball. And what's our team batting average is 237? Wow. Team batting average, 237. What's our team OPS? Our team OPS is 671. 671 team OPS. That's beyond sad, guys. I mean, sad does not begin to describe it. It's pathetic. Absolutely pathetic. And then, of course, what do we got? Our best hitter, Trout. Mike Trout's batting 244. Does that sound like an MVP to you? I mean, he goes on a hot streak, then all of a sudden somehow he cools off. That's not Mike Trout. Mike Trout is he's a go-along kind of hitter. He'll have a bad game, then have a few good games. Have another bad game, have about 5 or 6 good games. He'll go into a small slump every now and again. They'll last about, 3 games, 4 games at worst. And then he'll pick back up. That's Mike Trout. That's your MVP right there. 244. What is that? Not to mention we got 5 guys in our starting lineup that are batting below 200. Below 200? Mickey Moniak batting 156? 156 for a guy who batted 280 last year. What's going on? Aaron Hicks is sub 200 too. 143. 143. This guy helped propel Baltimore to a playoff birth last year. Helped them win 100-plus games. And he's batting 143 now. Shawniwall, this was the guy who was the polished hitter that we drafted and debuted 40 days later. He was hitting close to 300, if not over 300 last year when he got called up. He's batting sub 200. What's he batting now? 190. Zach Neto's doing worse. He's batting 167. That ain't good. What's going on? What happened here? You know, the only guys who have a decent batting average are the guys who are basically part-time players. I mean, we'll probably see a lot more from Miguel Sano now that Rendon went down. But, you know, who's to say what happens with him? I mean, he's batting 300 right now. He's been doing well, thank God. But, you know, who's to say what's going to happen with him? Who's to say, you know, he doesn't go into a prolonged slump now that he's batting more often? I was willing to give Johnny Washington the benefit of the doubt coming into the Angels organization, actually, you know, giving him a chance to tutor and coach guys who actually have talent, you know, guys who are talented ball players. You know, like I said, with the Padres, wasn't working with the cream of the crop. You know, there's guys on the downward part of their careers, guys who were just not going to amount to much. I mean, Franmil Reyes, you know, he was batting, what, 240, 250 something with Johnny Washington. That guy wasn't going to be much of a hitter anyway. That's about as best as he was going to do, really. And like I said, an all or nothing type of player. He's either swinging for the fence or he's missing the ball. Yeah, that was Franmil Reyes, but he's got an MVP player in Mike Trout. He's got a number one overall pick in Mickey Moniak. He's got an all-star kind of catcher in Logan O'Hoppe, who's doing well. He's not doing too badly, but I mean, even he's gotten into a bit of a slump. Another first-round pick in Zach Neto, and another first-round pick in Nolan Shawniwall. You know, these guys are supposed to be hitting. Shawniwall should be hitting over 300 right now. Neto should at least be hitting around the 280 mark, you know, getting on base, doing all that, doing everything that a shortstop should be doing. I mean, his defense is pretty good, but, you know, come on. Why aren't you getting on base? So Johnny Washington's proving to be nothing. He's proven to be a lousy hitting coach. As for our pitching coach, Barry Enright, a lot of inconsistencies, Barry. I mean, I see way too much inconsistency. First of all, I don't see anything more from Chase Silseth. I mean, you could blame it on an injury if you want, but his first couple of games, he was not pitching well. I like what you did with Detmers. Detmers looks like he's gotten over his fourth inning issues. Same thing with Tyler Anderson. He looks back to being the 2022 Anderson, so that's good. That'll be beneficial. Sandoval, still inconsistent because he still gets frustrated, he still gets mad, and he's still not hitting his spots. 7 runs. Now, grant you, most of that came off the back of a really bad throw from Rengifo. I would not be surprised if Sandoval had it out with him. I would have. Like, what were you thinking? Why were you throwing there? Never mind. Let's move on from that. The bullpen. What the hell? What is going on with the bullpen? I like the call-up of Carson Fulmer. He's a great, can definitely be a good, multi-inning reliever. If we need to replace, what's his name? I'm sorry, I get, little scatterbrain when I get upset. Jose Suarez, if we need to replace him, which I recommend we do, he's still got decent value. I say utilize that. Add him in the package. We have stuff that we can actually utilize to make trades right now. I really suggest that we do so. I really suggest it because this has gone beyond ridiculous. Johnny Washington got to go. Get rid of him. Send him packing. That dude, make a suggestion to him. Maybe pick a new profession because you obviously cannot coach. It's quite obvious. Barry Enright, dude, you got to get your guys in order. You got to get them pitching right. Sandoval's better than this. You know, Griffin Canning, he's better than this. He had a much better game his last time out, and I hope that trend continues. But still, he still lost. Of course, that came on the back of not getting any run support. We're back to our hitting coach. Don't need to go there anymore. It's sad. The fact that the Angels are actually in third place is a shock to me. Well, more or less. I did say that them and Seattle were going to duke it out for third place. They're in third place right now. Seattle's actually in second place. That is a shocker to me, not because Seattle is not talented. They are. They are very talented. A very talented ball club. And the Angels are going to have a lot of issues with them this year, I guarantee it. The big shocker to me is who's in last. The Houston Astros are in last place? I'm sorry, that don't seem right. That's weird to me. That is super strange. I mean, it's beyond strange. They should be duking it out for first place with the Rangers. I don't know how that happened. I mean, Joe Espada is their new manager. He's a good baseball man. He's a very smart manager. Maybe it's his coaches. Maybe the coaches that he picked for his pitching coach, his bullpen coach, his hitting coach, his assistant hitting coach. These guys. Maybe he made some bad choices too. It's very possible. It is very possible that he just made some unfortunate choices and they're not panning out either. But, you know, we want to compete. We want to be the guys who are competing for the championship, for the World Series, getting into the playoffs. We want to do that. Now, we haven't gone into rebuild mode yet, thank God, because otherwise Mike Trout would be gone. We did a retooling. I don't know what tools you guys wound up getting, but it weren't the right tools. I mean, you guys got some seriously cheapo, no-name tools. Where's the Snap-ons? Where's the Craftsmans? Where are the Benfords? Yes, Benford is an actual real company, guys. It's not just a home improvement type of thing. They are a real company. They do have some great product. But regardless, where are these tools? Where are the good tools? Where was the guy who was supposed to replace Shohei Ohtani? Either on the mound or at the plate. Where was he? He's not there. You know? Where are they at? You want to retool? It does start with the minor league product, but you also got to look at the coaches. You got to look at your minor league coaches. Personally, I think they're a joke. I think they're sending us some seriously still raw product. I think that the scouting director is an idiot. I don't think he knows how to scout properly. I mean, why do we end up with some of the guys that we do? I do like Zach Neto. I think he could be great if he has the right hitting coach to get him to where he should be. Shawnee Wells, same thing. You know, but what about the other guys? Our farm system is the worst in baseball. It is literally ranked as the worst. Number 30. The bottom of the barrel. That means we have some really bad product coming in. You know, the best guy we got is a center fielder who they say is a 5-tool player. No, he's not. Don't call him a 5-tool player. He's anything but. He's an on-base guy. He's a slap hitter. He's a guy who gets on base and disrupts the base paths, making pitchers and catchers all nuts. That's him. That's that kind of player. He's a great defensive center fielder. He's a fantastic leadoff man. You do not call him a 5-tool player. Don't get this man swinging for the fence. You have him getting on base any way possible. The best place for him, the furthest place for him to hit it is into the gap. That's the furthest place you want him to hit. You don't want him aiming for the fence. That's a bad idea. Not with him. Not with Nelson Rada. No. Our best pitching prospect is a middle of the rotation kind of guy. Can be ahead of the rotation if he does 3 things. 1, he needs to put a few more miles an hour on his fastball. Can be done. Not sure if it will be. 2, I want to see that change up with some serious dive. I mean serious dive. apparently he's still developing it. You know, if he does, great, fantastic. And number 3, I want to see a little bit more break on his slider. Yeah, he's got a good slider, but I want to see some serious break. I mean, really serious power break for him to be a number 1 guy. Other than that, I like what Caden Dana can bring to the table. I really do. But right now, he's a middle of the rotation kind of pitcher. And that's not good. The only thing the Angels have going for him for a head of the rotation kind of guy is Sam Bachman. He's still being stretched out as a starting pitcher in the Arizona facility because he's just getting off his shoulder injury. And the soonest they say he's probably going to return is June. Okay, hey, take your time. I really don't think the team's really going anywhere right now anyway. But, hey, if he can make a difference, that'd be awesome. That'd be fantastic. I'd love to see it. I really would. To have him at the head of the rotation may very well be beneficial. But that's when he's back. That's when he's back to being him. If he can hit 97 plus on a regular basis, if he can average 96, 97, excellent. That's what I want to see. I've already seen the slider that he's got some nasty break to it, and he's got a good changeup. So Sam Bachman, I don't worry about too much. I really don't. I need him to be healthy, number 1, and need him to show that stuff, number 2. But with that said, I think I'm going to stop it there. Again, Johnny Washington got to go. He's doing nothing for this team. He's actually doing worse for this team than Marcus Thames did. Can you believe that? Marcus Thames. He couldn't get this team to hit with runners in scoring position either. But at least he had Mickey Modiak hitting 280. If Trout had been healthy the entire season, I guarantee he would have had another MVP season. It looked like Mike Trout was going back to his MVP ways. Now he's batting .244. What is that? No. Bad. If you were a dog, I'd hit you on the nose with a newspaper. Guys, we can't do that. We can't be this kind of team. Got to be better. You want to compete, you've got to be better. You've got to have not only the right players, which we do. We have the right players. Do we have the right coaching? No, we do not. And that needs to change. Up at the big club, that has to change. The coaches in the minor league system have to change. The scouting directors, the scouting department needs to be revamped. Big time. I don't like the way they're doing things. We should have a much better farm system. We don't. I mean, for a team that picks around the middle to the highest part in the first round, we should have some major players. But we don't. And that needs to change. That really does. So, like I said, I'll leave it there. Until next time, guys, go Halos.